What's up, guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to make your own time lapse. Now, a time lapse is basically taking a period of time and making it look like that time is speeding up by taking still photography shots continuously, anywhere between 10 minutes and an hour. Now, the reason I wanted to teach you guys this is because it's really easy to do and you don't need any fancy equipment to do this. The only things you really need are a camera and a tripod. You can use anything between your DSLR camera, your cell phone, if you have a point and shoot camera, you can use any of that. If you're going to use a cell phone, you can actually download an application. If you have a smartphone or an iPhone, you can download an app that allows you to take a time lapse. Now, before you take a time lapse, you want to decide what you want to take a time lapse of. You can take one of people walking, moving traffic, clouds, or even sunsets. All of those things determine what you want to set your camera's time interval at to take those pictures. So here's a guideline for some basic time-lapse intervals. Now, these are all trial and error, and so once you guys get the hang of doing this, you can figure out what works best for you. For me, whenever I take a time-lapse of sunsets, I tell my camera to take a photo every 3 seconds. For moving traffic, I usually say 1 second. And for people, I'll also do 1 second, unless the people are walking kind of fast or there's a good amount of crowd that's moving. Now, something you also want to keep in mind is how long your clip is. So if you allow your camera to take photos for about 10 minutes, then your clip is probably only going to be about 10 seconds. So keep in mind that the longer your camera takes pictures, the longer your clip is going to be. So when you set up your tripod and camera, you want to set it in a place where you can get the best shot and where your camera isn't going to be bothered. In other words, you want to keep an eye on the camera while it's taking pictures because you don't want anyone to bump into it or allow it to move. When you think about it, you're taking each individual photo and combining them into a movie. So if your camera is moved during the process, it can mess up your movie. Now, some cameras may not actually have a time-lapse setting. My camera in particular doesn't have that, so I needed to get this remote to attach to the camera so it can take the pictures for me. Because nobody wants to stand by your camera for a half an hour, snapping photos, snapping photos, snapping photos. So I got this remote on Amazon. It was like $8. So I'm sure if you search on Amazon, time-lapse remote for whatever kind of camera you have, something will come up and you can get a remote for your camera. If you download the iPhone app, you'll get those controls on your iPhone with the app. But if you have a point and shoot or if you have a DSLR, in most cases you won't have that time-lapse setting, so you'll just need to buy the remote. So I'm going to show you guys a few time-lapse videos that I took on my own, and yeah, I hope this helps, and feel free to comment, or if you have any questions, just write in the comment box below.